Ladies and gentlemen, coming here, like I say, to share with us the sorrow, the sadness of our national mourning day for the Republic of Vietnam, we have the honored guests. First of all, we have the Master Chief of Navy retired, David Mattingly, and we also have Mr. Alan Frank, Vice President of Capital Commercial Property, and the last one but not the least, we have Mr. Robert Smith, Chairman of the Vietnam Veteran. Could you please applaud those honored guests? Ladies and gentlemen, our honored guests would like to give a small speech, a special speech to share with us not only the sadness but the hope to see the freedom, the equal right, the humanity rights, and the independence be revived in our country. First, we would like to invite the Master of Navy, Mr. David Mattingly.
Good evening to my Vietnamese American friends. 43 years ago, I was a young sailor on board the USS Midway. We had watched the communist forces march down Vietnam as they took over your country. We steamed off the coast of Vietnam and sat off of Vung Tau for several weeks until we were given the order to start evacuating Saigon. With the helicopters going in to pick up the Americans and the Vietnamese who had been designated to be evacuated, and others were added to the helicopters, as well as the brave men that flew Vietnamese helicopters with their families out to the U.S. fleet. It wasn't a cold day like today, but it was a rainy, kind of drizzly day. And eventually, we were given the order by the president to halt the evacuation. As we sailed away from Vietnam, we would encounter several boats of Vietnamese families who were making their way to the Philippines and other locations. I remember seeing a family that we had pulled alongside, and their boat was slowly taking on water and sinking. The captain gave the order, and they were brought aboard, and they went with us until we reached Guam, where they were then offloaded and brought to a refugee camp where they could begin to resettle. Over the years, I've met many Vietnamese who've come to the United States, and sometimes it's hesitant, but I usually ask, so when did your family come to the United States? And they respond to me a lot of times with that date of April 30th, 1975. But when I ask my friend Commander Tuan when he came, he went to his office and he pulled off a picture that showed him as a young boy in a boat with his family leaving Vietnam. And I'm proud to say that I've been able to serve with Commander Nguyen for several years, and now that we're both retired, occasionally we put on our uniform, and I'm proud to put on my uniform today for this day of mourning. Thank you very much, my brothers and sisters.